Hi, second grade. Miss Nelson here, wearing some tie-dyed rainbow stuff going on. Figured have some brightness in your day. So we are going to start our lesson today with predicting feelings. If we are able to predict our feelings and know how our body is going to respond, we are able to use skills in order to stop those emotions from being reactive, and we can be more proactive in our responses, in our taking time outs. So we are going to talk about this today. Are you ready? Okay. So if you can't really see her, you only see parts of her, but this is Tanisha, okay? And this is Malky, okay? And if you notice on the floor, there's like a huge mess right there. Do you see all that? And we really don't know the whole story yet. All we know is this picture, okay? And so something happened in the classroom. And I want you to look at his face. Look at the cues. How do you think he's feeling right now? Take a few minutes, think about it. Yeah, he looks pretty mad, doesn't he? His mouth is open, so possibly yelling at Tanisha, right? His eyes are close together. His hands, his body language is like tense and like, hey, right? So if you said he was mad or upset, you're really right. Good job. And so Tanisha did it on purpose. Do you think she knocked all that stuff off of his desk on purpose? Or do you even think she knocked it off? Or what are some of your thoughts? And so what I would like you to do is I would like you to do some think time. And then I want you to talk to whoever's in your house. Pick one person or a couple. And talk about, what do you think happened in this situation? Take a few minutes. What do you think happened? And do you think she did it on purpose? Okay. Now the next question is, do you think he feels like Tanisha may have done this mess? Yeah, because look at his face. And he's yelling at her, right? So he definitely thinks so, right? Do you think he needs more information before he's reacting to his emotions? Absolutely. Because we don't have all the information, do we? Not even us. We don't have the information yet. So we don't know exactly what happened, just like he doesn't, right? And so let's go ahead and play the what ifs. Okay? So with your person at home, I want you to think of some different scenarios. What if? What if Tanisha did not do it on purpose, did it on accident? Then how should he react? So go ahead and talk to your person. Okay. Now, what if it was an accident and he did a more positive reaction? What would that look like? Now, he can predict his feelings. He can feel it in his body. He knows how he's going to feel. Yeah, he'd probably do things different, right? Okay. So he decides to be assertive. Now remember, I'm going to go back over these again. So being assertive means getting what we want or need by being respectful, by being kind, being respectful, right? Being aggressive is getting what I want and need by being disrespectful, right? So like his demeanor right now, or his look, he could probably be pretty aggressive right now, right? And is that going to solve his problem? No, it's going to make things even worse, right? Okay. So he decides to be assertive and find out exactly what happened. So he calls Tanisha back, and when she comes back, she sees the mess and she feels really responsible, even though she did it by accident. Like, she had no idea that she accidentally knocked his stuff off of his desk. She was probably in a rush, walked by, her backpack or something probably hit his stuff and it fell on the ground, right? And so she felt really bad. So think about how he will feel if Tanisha says or does something kind. So go ahead and do some think time and talk to somebody in your home. Okay? What will he feel if Tanisha says or does something kind? Yeah. So Tanisha apologizes and offers to help clean up. He accepts apology and they clean up the mess together. When things happen to you, it's important to find out if it was an accident or on purpose, right? And so he could have ended that situation really bad because he could have acted aggressively and he could have got mad and he could have said that she did it on purpose. He could have yelled at her in front of everybody, which then that would have made her more upset, and maybe she would have acted out aggressively towards him. But he didn't, did he? So instead, he predicted how he was feeling. He identified that he was feeling very angry. And so instead of being aggressive, he decided to be assertive. And by being assertive, he was able to find out that it was just an accident and she didn't mean to. She apologized. There was no additional problems. They cleaned up the mess and life moved on, right? But it could have ended in a whole different way. But luckily, he was able to identify how he was feeling, was able to calm himself down enough to make a healthy choice, to be proactive, right? Okay. So I want to kind of go over a couple of posters just to help remind you, right? Okay, the first one I want to go over is our empathy poster. Remember, walking in somebody else's shoes. So here it says empathy is feeling or understanding what someone else is feeling. So remember, we talk about Miss Nelson's out at recess and I kicked the ball and hit somebody in the face with the ball. A lot of you guys know what it feels like to be hit in the face with a ball, or at least, be hit with something, So you can have empathy for the person who got hit in the face with the ball because you can put yourself in their shoes because you understand how that feels. So when we talk about compassion, and I think that's our story today, compassion is empathy in action. Wasn't there some compassion being shown when he decided not to react negatively and was willing to find out all the information first? Yeah. And then she showed compassion by being sorry and apologetic because she didn't mean to knock his stuff off, right? And so then they worked together and cleaned it up. The other poster I wanted to point out today is our How to Calm Down poster. Okay? Because we're going to be talking about motion regulation in the next couple lessons. And so I just want to point out this poster, How to Calm Down. And so this big red box, it says stop, use your signal, and we'll kind of talk about that. Name your feeling. Right here is name your feeling. And calm down. So breathe, count, and use positive self-talk. Remember being that cheerleader inside your head, like I can do it, right? And so our next lessons coming up will be all about learning how to manage emotion. All right, until then, bye guys.